In the heart of dust where the chapel lies burned, whiskey bottles lay like memories spurned. A lone train cries out through the vast cursed night, ghost of a town faded from sight. Echoes from the ashes whispering sins, haunted by the shadows of might bends. Love lost to a bullet, marked by a stone in this silent desert. I wander alone. There's blood on the wind, a tale of deceit, a lover's vow dying in the summer's heat. Candlelit vigils with no one to mourn, a heart once whole now eternally torn. Echoes from the ashes calling me home, to a bed of dust where the bitter winds moan. Kisses turn to whispers beneath the old tree where we carved our names for eternity. My foe, mirrors of my past in the midnight glow. The truth cuts deeper than the sharpest blade in the ruins of the promises we made. Echoes from the ashes, revenge burns bright, clear in the shadows, restoring the light. I lay down my burdens by the cooling stream, letting go of the echoes and chasing the dream. Out where the whistling winds moan through the thorns lies a prairie so cursed it weeps and it mourns. Under skies painted with the brush of the crow, black whiskey in hand where no clear rivers flow. Echoes of train whistles crying through the night, burning church shadows cast by pale moonlight. On a prairie, sing your sorrowful tune under the watch of a blood-red moon. Ghosts of the past in the dust they lay, lost love and betrayal, on this ground they stay. Years ago a love blossomed wild and free, till it was cut down beneath the old hangman's tree. He promised her roses but delivered only thorns, left her heart as barren as the land's forlorn. In the town now forgotten with graves overgrown, her spirit wanders forever alone. Haunted prairie, sing your sorrowful tune under the watch of a blood-red moon. Ghosts of the past in the dust they lay, lost love and betrayal. stay. In the silence of the desert, he hears her call from the shadows of the church to the old town hall. With a gun by his side and revenge in his eyes, he seeks the man who told those fatal lies. A showdown looms under the haunted sky. Only one will live, the other will die. A haunted prairie where the cursed souls roam. Now he joins her, never again to roam. In the land of the lost, where the sad winds sigh, love and vengeance beneath the endless sky. Every note like a whisper of the restless dead plays on in the prairie where the darkest tales are bred. Out here where the wind whispers secrets of sin, the sun beats down where my troubles begin. Ghost town shadows, they dance on the graves of men too foolish, too wild to be saved. Whiskey bottles lay empty souls just the same under the heat of this cursed land's flame. There's no mercy in the dusty boots, walking lines that the devil drew, haunted by the love that the desert took, silent prayers to a forsaken rook. Every step, every move bears the weight of the past, in the heart of the outlaw where nothing can last. That train whistle moans like an old church choir, singing tales of a cross, of smoke and of fire. She loved like a tempest, left like a thief. In her eyes a storm, in my heart the grief. The dust storms came and covered my tracks. She's a memory's ghost that ain't never coming back. There's no mercy in the dusty boots, walking lines that the devil drew, haunted by the love that the desert took, silent prayers to a forsaken room. Every step, every move bears the weight of the past, in the heart of the outlaw where nothing can last. In the dead of night, by the cold of the stone, I faced the man who claimed what was my own. Gunfire echoed like thunder, it roared. Only one set of boots walked out that door. There's no mercy in the dusty boots, only echoes of the lives they uproot. A trail of vengeance, old debts to pay, forgotten souls in the break of day. No mercy in the leather and the dust, just a heart full of bullets and a gun that won't rust. In every line, a shadow of fate, where love's lost and revenge won't wait. In the shadow of a burned out chapel's bell, ghost town whispers, wind's mournful yell. 6 bullets loaded by the hands of the sea, lying in the dust where the lost roads meet. A bottle of whiskey sings a silent prayer, forgotten graves, no names to bear.
The sun bleeds red over cursed lands. An outlaw walks with shaking hands. Oh, fate's a cruel mistress with a loaded gun. 6 bullets of sorrow for what can't be undone. Each a memory, each a tale of woe, in the heart of the desert where the lost souls go. Betrayal came on a dust storm's breath. Love turned salad straight to death. Her laughter haunts like a train-set whistle. Love's sweet bloom choked by thistle. The church had burned one fateful night. A heart betrayed set the world alight. He remembers her eyes, a stormy sky. Underneath the desert stars, a whispered goodbye. Oh, fate's a cruel mistress with a loaded gun. 6 bullets of sorrow neath the setting sun. Each a story, each a faded scar, chasing redemption in this ghostly bazaar. By the 5th bullet, the truth was clear. Echoes of the past drawing near. A showdown looming in the silent night. One last bullet to set things right. Oh, fate's a cruel keeper of destinies. 6 bullets of fate bring a man to his knees. One for each sorrow and the last for release. In the whispering sands may he find his peace. Each a final note in this lonesome refrain, as the desert swallows his pain.
In a town too rough for dawn's light, where the dust swallows your name, whiskey bottles lay like broken dreams beneath the old saloon's frame. The desert moon hangs a silent judge over streets that know my sin. Heard the whistle of the midnight train as the shadows danced within. Gone with the midnight train through cursed lanes under starlit pain, riding past forgotten graves where the souls of the fallen remain. Echoes of betrayal, the screech of tracks in my heart, a burning chain. All that's left is a ghost of love, gone with a midnight train. I loved her like the prairie white, wild winds in her hair so fair, but she vanished with a preacher's vow in a church left to despair. Found her note by the morning light, stained with last night's rain. Promises turned to whispers, crushed by the sound of the midnight train. Gone with the midnight train through silent deserts in my silent blame, chasing down dusty storms with my heart tied to a name.
midnight train. By the old tracks I stand hat low as the night whispers confess. Her laughter's a ghost in the wind, her touch a forgotten caress. The train's a beast on iron paths, with a heart fueled by my pain. Every mile screams her name, weaving through my veins. Gone with the midnight train, through landscapes of my own heart's terrain. Past burning churches, through storms of sand, to where all is lost, nothing gained. This outlaw's tale ends on these tracks, amidst the echoes of a refrain. Love a fleeting shadow, forever gone with the midnight train.
Out where the horizon bleeds into the night, silent deserts hold whispers of a vengeful plight. There's a cursed trail they call the lantern path, where shadows move and good men don't last. Under the moon gold glaring, the whiskey tells no lies. Dusty winds moan as another heart dies. Oh, the lanterns sway, but their lights grown dim on the path where sinners walk. The chance is slim. Ghosts of the fallen swirling in the sands. I walk with my regrets and blood on my hands. Like a fiery brand, till betrayal left me with gunpowder and a shaking hand. In a ghost town by the chapel's burning light, I lost my heart and set the world alright. Train whistle cries like the haunted souls below, forgotten graves where the broken spirits go. Yes, the lanterns sway, fading out of sight, carrying dreams of the cursed through the night. The dust settles on the stories best forgot. On the path of shadows, love matters not. Dressed in black, eyes like coal pits and a noose in his sack. Vengeance or peace, he asked a devil's grin. My heart knew the answer was blowing in the wind. Now the lanterns blaze as I take my stand. This path chose me in this God-forsaken land. Bitter the tale where the lost souls weep. I walk the lantern path where the dark runs deep. In the shadow of the silent desert's moan, where the wind whispers secrets best unknown, stands a man with whiskey in his weary bones and a heart turned harder than the stones. Dust devils dance on his cursed earth trail, ghost towns echo a mournful wail. He rides past churches, charred and stale, undisguised weep ash instead of hell. Outlaw heart beneath the smoke, lost love's a fire that never broke. Through burning lands on paths he strode, where every step is on cursed road. By the light of a lonely train's lament, he recalls a love twisted and bent. Betrayal's knife from the dark was sent in a letter that smelled of roses never meant. Rode through nights to settle the score, past forgotten graves and the legends of yore. Each bullet a promise to even out the war between what life gives and what it's sold for. Outlaw heart beneath the smoke, lost love's a fire that never broke. Through silent deserts his vows he spoke, to the shadows his only kin and foe. In the eyes of the storm he faced his fate. In the heart of the dust he saw too late. The love he chased was a ghost of bait, a trap set by hate to seal his gate. Outlaw heart beneath the smoke, he rides now where no words are spoke. In the silence he's the echo of a stroke of dark tales under the desert's cloak. Outlaw heart forever roam, in the desert's arms he found his home. With every turn he writes his tone, in the land where lost souls forever come.
In the shadow of the broken steeples cross, where the wind whispers through the pine soft side, there lies a town lost beneath time's cruel gloss, engulfed by sands under a cursed sky. A preacher lived with a secret so dark, whiskey bottle whispered it to the night, by the light of a lone flickering spark in a world devoid of a righteous light. Oh, the silence of the desert holds his tale, haunted by a love that could not prevail. Ghost trains cry beneath the moon's pale veil, and meant for the preacher's secret, a wretched way. On Sunday, love and grace sustains, while his heart hid her picture worn and frayed. In the vestige of his broken dreams lies the love he betrayed and the price he paid. A dusty Bible, a revolver code, her locket buried in an unmarked grave. His whispered prayers that never grew old, for a soul too far gone to ever save. Oh, the silence of the desert knows his shame, burning like the old church he set aflame. Ghost towns keep secrets, never speak her name, a meant for the preacher's secret, his eternal blame. his knees, and there he cried, confronting ghosts of the past under stormy skies. He begged for forgiveness as part of him died. So listen to the wind, hear the desert's breath, echoing a tale of love, betrayal, and death. The preacher's secret walks a spectral rave in silent deserts of sorrow. He finds no rest. Lament for the preacher's secret, and whispers confess.
In the heart of a ghostly desert town, under moonlight's glow, where whispered winds stir the sands of sins of long ago, there's a gunslinger's shadow stretched beneath the gallows frame, chasing echoes of a love now just a withered name. A bottle of whiskey rests in his trembling grip, each sip burning like the truth on a traitor's lip. Dust devils dance where the church once boldly stood, and now just charred wood whispering promises of the good. Whispers in the gunslinger tells of lead and gold, revenge a bitter story, through his blood runs cold. Betrayed by a brother, lost his heart to deceit, and every silent heartbeat is fate he'll meet. Years back they rode as one through the storm's rage, a band of brothers, bold script on history's page. But greed whispered through the canyons of men's souls, and what was once sacred now a curse controls. In the dead of night the desert heard a train's lonesome call. The same night his love's laughter became a deathly pall. A brother's betrayal with a bullet sealed in a kiss left him bleeding in the dust, a sworn promise. Whispers in the gunslinger tales of lead and gold, vengeance stirs the embers in the desert cold. Haunted by love and a life that thief stole, his sorrow buried deep in a forgotten road. Crimson horizon, his eyes finally see the ghost of his beloved walks, whispers, let it be. But the winds carry vengeance, and in the dust he's drawn to right the wrongs. By the dawn's first light he'll be forever gone. Whispers in the gunslinger's soul, never at rest, accepts the path before him with an iron in his chest. Through forgotten graves he roams, but never alone. The desert his witness, the sand his final home.
in the shadow of a burnt down church, under the eye of a silver moon. Whiskey whispers through the ghost town dirt, where love and vengeance met their doom. Dusty bottles tell the tales of forbidden loves and bitter trails. Each sip a story, each glass a grave, in the land where the lost souls crave. Midnight in the whiskey, on cursed the lands I roam, haunted by the echoes of what used to be my home. The wind cries out for justice through streets forever cold. Midnight in the whiskey, where the truth is seldom told. There's a train that wails like a lover's scorn, through silent deserts where dreams turn to thorns. She left with a secret in the dead of night, her silhouette fading by the lantern's light. Caught twixt the bottle and the blaze, a heart once pure now lost in haze. Promises crumbled into dust in this town of the damned and unjust. Midnight in the whiskey, with shadows as my guide, searching for redemption on this ghostly midnight ride. The past claws at my spirit, refusing to let hold. Midnight in the whiskey, where the nights are long and cold. At the stroke of midnight, by the old graveyard side, I saw her face in the moonlight, where secrets can't hide. She whispered of sorrow, of the love we once sold. In her eyes, the fires of vengeance, in that silent crucible. Midnight in the whiskey, where the lost are found, beneath the stars of sorrow, on this haunted hallowed ground. The church bell rings for no man, but tonight it tolls for thee. Midnight in the whiskey sets the darkest spirits free. In the shadow of a ghost town, silent breath, where the wind whispers tales of life and death. A lone church bell tolls for souls unseen. In the dusk, a figure on the scene, whiskey bottle clutched in a trembling hand, crossing cursed lands where no trees stand. Dust devils dance where the church once burned, a lesson lived but never learned. Gone with the devil, still he rides beneath the moon's cold watchful eyes. Lost love's heart and a cold gun's feel, riding out on the devil's wheel. Years back when the sky seemed brighter here,
laughed with her under stars without fear. A stranger's promise, silver-tongued and sleek, led me down this path so dark and bleak. Forgotten graves mark my sordid trail, each a story, each a tragic fail. The echo of the train's last lonesome wail haunts my dreams through hill and dale. Gone with the devil's deal, he rides past hopes like tumbleweeds aside. Lost love's heart and a cold gun's feel this cursed journey on the devil's wheel. In the mirror of the night I face my foe, the devil in me I've come to know. Whispered deals in the dark have the price, paid in full by dawn's early light. Gone with the devil's deal I roam, burning bridges to what I once called home. With revenge, bitter seed to sow. Gone with the devil and the winds that blow. Each chord, each line, a haunted note strung on this lonesome road, forever young.
There's a shadow that hangs over the old Dawson's farm, where the timber creaks with whispers of harm. The sky paints crimson over fields that mourn, burning barn on the horizon, where our sins were born. The smoke, it climbs like ghosts in the breeze, rising higher with my old memories. Each flame is a secret, each ash is a token of a love burned down and words left unspoken. In the glow of the moon I found her silver locket beside empty bottles where the dust storms rocket. Her laughter echoes from the church's burnt shell in a ghost town of heartache where we once fell. Burning barn and smoke hiding yesterday's sin. Whiskey whispers about the trouble I'm in. The fires in my soul mixing pain with the potion, with each ember a tear and each cinder an ocean. Underneath the train's lonesome whistle there lays an untold feud. In the cursed lands by the forgotten graves I face my solitude. Now the truth's as clear as the crackling wood that in the night still burns. She was the spark and I the tinder. When will a man ever learn? So here's to the burning barn and smoke, to the past that I revoke. Here's to the dark, dusty trails and the vows that we broke. I'll ride through this silent desert till things are made right, or till I'm just another shadow melting into the night. In the heart of a ghost town under a blood-red sky, where the dust lies heavy and the old crows fly, a lone church stands its bell silent and cold. Here lies the tale that's seldom told. By a forgotten grave, shadows begin to swell. A gunslinger's past with a story to tell. Whiskey bottle empty by his worn leather boots, a map to damnation on the root of his roots. So the desert sings of the souls unwept, whispering secrets that the old winds kept. Guns blazing silence, hearts turned to stone, in the cursed lands where the lost are known. Once loved a beauty with eyes so wild, promises made under the stars they piled. Betrayal came on a hot dust storm's breath. She lay cold as the guns sang the song of death. From town to town under the outlaw's moon, chased by a past that would catch him soon. Train whistles moan through the night's embrace, each stop a reminder of his fall from grace. Echoes of gunshots over the plains, whispering secrets, old pains and chains. Fire in his veins, revenge a bitter friend, in the silent deserts where all roads end. Stood in the church, flames licking high, burning his sins under God's own sky. Face to face with the man in black, in the mirror his reflection cracked. Now the desert sings of the soul set free, cursed by the land, as blind as can be. Guns holstered forever, in silence he'll roam, in the cursed lands that the lost call home. Desert wind whispers, let the past be, for the cowboy rides where the spirits flee. In the haunted silence the gunslinger's ballad played, a tune for the heart where vengeance stays. In the heart of the whispering sands, I walk where the stories are drowned. Ghost towns cradle the cursed lands, whiskey bottles lay scattered around. The sun bleeds red over scorched earth, the burning churches, their sins unforgiven. I'm a silhouette trailing the dirt, chasing echoes of the life I've been missing. Beneath the desert wind, secrets like coal, underneath the starless glow, dust to behold. I hear the train whistle like a ghost send, calling me to avenge what's been stolen. Beneath the desert
desert wind. I once loved a girl as wild as a storm, in a town too parched for dreams. Betrayal came in a friend's form, left nothing but her scream. By an old forgotten grave we swore, but his bullet told me he lied. Now every dusk I'll wage this war, a shadow with nothing inside. Beneath the desert wind, pain cuts so cold. Through the silence of my wrath, stories retold. That train whistle mourns like a hymn for the love lost and the hearts turned cold. Beneath the desert wind, at the crossroads, dust stirs beneath my feet. Face to face with the ghost from my past. Gun heavy with the truth I must grieve. Only one shadow will last. Beneath the desert wind, I find my fate in the heart of the land where the night be the train whistles fade like a whispering sin. Revenge or forgive, the hour grows late. Beneath the desert wind. In the quiet town of calamity's wake, under the shadow of a blood-red moon, stood the gunslinger, his life at stake, in the dust where the sinners met their doom. Whiskey bottle lay emptied by a crooked cross, haunted whispers round the church now lost. Gunslinger right through the smoke and the sorrows, chasing the ghost of your love, stolen and betrayed under the stars where there's no tomorrow, seeking vengeance where a debt of blood's unpaid. Once loved a girl with wildfire eyes in a town too parched for righteous men. Her laughter mingled with the train's distant cries till the night when darkness claimed her kin. Trust turned traitor, lead her to the news, left a gunslinger with nothing left to lose. Gunslinger right through the smoke and the sorrows, echoes of her voice, a guide in the cursed night under the stars, cursed by ghostly arrows, hunting shadows that rob the morning light. At the fork where the dead river split, he met the traitor face to ghostly face. Words unspoken, cold steel spit, a thunder crack split the silent, forsaken place. Two shots fired in the desert's heart, one man standing, one torn apart. Gunslinger walk through the smoke now fading, the path of revenge leaves but ashes and pain. Under stars his weary heart parade, in a land that forgets, but the ghosts remain.
Oh, in the town they whisper low of a man and the love he never let go. By forgotten graves where wild winds blow rests a gunslinger and the fires that grow.
Underneath the whiskey sun where cursed shadows roam, dust storms twist through ghost town bones, a drifter's silent home. Echoes of a train long gone whispers through the tracks. Every creaking board in town knows what I can't turn back. Here beneath the revenge, where my broken heart contends with the echoes of your voice in the winds that won't relent. By the light of a burning church, I see your face in fire's dance. All the love turned into ash in this cursed, forsaken expanse. My midnight, now just a shadow in my sleep. A trail cut through our tide binds left me in these deserts deep. Found your picture by the silver locket, laying by the forgotten graves. Underneath the starlit silence where nothing left can be saved. Here beneath the revenge, where old ghosts refuse to mend, I hear the howls of the past, where our love met its bitter end. By the light of a burning church, I face the truth I can't escape. All our dreams turned into dust in this endless haunted landscape. Cool of the desert night, I feel your betrayal sharp and stark. The sting of whiskey on my lips, like your memory in the dark. Was it love or just survival in this land so cruel and vast? The answer buried in the sands, like relics of a sinful past. Here beneath the revenge, I've laid my vengeance to rest. In the silence after the storm, with sorrow heavy in my chest. By the ruins of that holy place, I've learned to let your spirit pass. Beneath the revenge, I find peace at long last. Out where the wind bites cold through canyon scars, past the ghost town where dreamers die beneath the stars. My boots kick up the tales of men whose luck ran dry. Lost souls echo round the gallows, they ain't yet learned to die.
A dusty bottle whispers lies from the edge of a worn saloon. I pour the whiskey, feel the past under a blood-red moon. These boots have walked through forsaken lands, crossed the lines where the curse ascends, whisper secrets in the devil's ear, every step, every mile, driven by fear under the sky, so vast, so grand. I roam a shadow in no man's land. Heard the whistle of a train like a ghost, lonesome cry through the valley where my love's old promise lies. She was pure like dawn, her betrayal left me scorched earth. Found her whispers in a storm where our love had no worth. Her locket in my pocket, heart's picture torn and curled. In this silent desert I wander, a forgotten world. These boots have tread on broken dreams through burning churches and silent screams, echoes of gunfire, a faded cheer, each ghostly bullet I shed no tear beneath the heavens, so stark, so bland. I walk alone, a cursed man, at the edge of an old forgotten grave. I meet my foe, bold and brave. Steel glints cold under the eye of the setting sun. 2 bullets loaded, but room for only one. The dust settles on the choices we make, revenge or redemption. What path to take? Now these boots stop at the crossroads stones where the wind through the mesquite moans. I've chosen the trail where the wild spirits dance. In the dust of the desert I found my chance under the stars, so silent, so grand. I lay my burdens in the cursed sand. A ballad for the souls who roam, and dusty boots far from home.
Underneath that old ghost moon, shadows stretch from the black saloon. Dusty boots by the door, echoes from a deadly tune. Whiskey burns through forgotten fears in the silence between your sins and tears. Wind whispers tales of a cursed man's fate, lost loves and lies and the wrath they create. Midnight in the dusty boots where the desert holds its breath. Every step is a heavy truth in the dance of life and death. Gunslingers and the outlaws ride beneath the stars they roam, cursed to haunt these silent plains forever, far from home. There's a tale they tell of a burning church where a bride never left her perch. Veil like smoke in the dust storm swirl, vengeance the heart's eternal world. A train whistle moans a lonesome cry, past the graves no one dares to spy. Ghost of a man with nothing to lose, paid his debts in blood and bruise. Midnight in the dusty boots under skies that bleed and weep, echoes of the gunshot
gunshots ring where the scorched earth holds its key. From the shadows of the gallows high to the edges of the town, a lone figure walks the night with a hat brimmed down. In the silence, faced the mirror's crack, saw the darkness staring back. End of his wandering, end of the chase, a bullet's goodbye, the past to erase. Midnight in the dusty boots, redemption's bitter taste, haunted by the roads he rode and the life that he laid waste. Now he sleeps beneath the stars that watch without a sound. Peace in the cursed lands, in the ground he finally found. Every chord strum tells the tale in the land where lost souls wail. Midnight in the dusty boots, an outlaw's final fateful trail.
In the shadow of a ghost town under the blood-red sky, whiskey bottles lie empty where lost spirits lie. The dust whistles secrets through streets that forgot time. A lone train moans softly past sins in its chime. Buried deep in the devil's deal, by the edge of the cursed lands, under a church long burning, all lost in his hand. No prayer left unspoken, no cross to appeal. All I got is this heartache and a bad deal sealed. There's a tale of a lover whose eyes mirrored night, betrayed under starlight, vanished out of sight. Her whispers like venom, her shadow in the sands. Now I roam with the restless, with blood on my hands. Buried deep in the devil's deal, where the silent deserts weep, forgotten graves, where secrets creep. I followed her laughter into the storm's reel, found nothing but echoes and the devil's cold steel. In the heat of the desert, I faced my own ghost, confronted the darkness, the pain I fear most. Her spectral silhouette dances in the night's dusty veil, while I reckon with my demons on this forsaken trail. Now I'm buried in the devil's deal, revenge burns in my stare, accepting this cursed path with cold desert air. The church bells silent now, singer's last confession, the devil's final seal. In a ghost town's hot under a blood-red moon, whispering winds hum an old dead tune. Footprints lay hidden neath layers of soot, echoes of laughter, my dusty boots. Past the old saloon where the whiskey's gone dry, shadows dance where the lost souls lie. Dancing with dusty boots, on cursed land I stand, spinning with spirits, a bottle in my hand. The stars watching silent as old debts demand. Oh, I'm dancing with dusty boots in the devil's sand. By the burnt church's bell she swore her love true. Beneath wooden crosses our wild dreams grew. A betrayal came whispered on a hot desert breeze as she vanished like rain in the silent seas. Left a heart full of bullets and a grave unmarked. In the dust storm scream I lost my spark. Dancing with dusty boots, with a ghost as my guide, twirling through ruins, vengeance by my side. The moon's pale judgment in this place where hope died. Yes, I'm dancing with dusty boots where my old love lies. Whistle moans through the cracked canyon wall. My reckoning's written in the dust storm squall. With every step forward the past pulls me back. In this ghost dance my soul's painted black. So I'm dancing with dusty boots, revenge at my heel, across this damn valley to make the past kneel. Buried my heart where the cold church bell peals. Forever dancing with dusty boots, that's my deal. Each verse and chorus in this haunted desert ballad stirred with the grit and ghost of a land that takes more than it gives. A tale of a man entwined with his fate in the timeless dance of vengeance and lost love among the whispering sand.